shout echoes heavy, sharp as a fight. Alan steady with the facts, sharp and true. Fuji's fire breaks the calm, splits it in two. Pattison Ave, where the wild hearts run. Talking sports, games, battles, lost and won. Voices rise, break chains, ignite the flame. Fanatic thunder echoing the name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. I'm your host, Tom Kelly. With me, as always, Big Alan Andrikavich.
Yes. How we are. Here we are, baby.
I'm good. I'm good.
Sports and the Phillies, man, are killing me. They're killing me.
That's why they've been bypassed currently for the NFL draft. We're going to open up with some draft talk. Fuji will be joining us a little bit late, but yeah, I figured. All right, we're 3 weeks into the Phillies season. Everybody's kind of Phillies saturated, and from the 24th of April to the 26th of April, a lot of things should come to fruition as far as the Philadelphia Eagles season is concerned.
Absolutely. And
you, being one of our resident Eagles specialists, I figured since you and I are starting off the show, we'll delve into a little. We'll do a little draft talk.
Okay.
You know, when the draft came to Philly, that was the start of everything. It was right around when the Pattison Ave Phanatics Show was kicking off. It was the year the draft was here. That year was the year we won the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I would love to have it back in the city. If you had to pick a city to host the draft that wasn't ours, because I'm sorry, hands down, Philly did it better than anybody else. Yes, I'm biased.
I think
I
so.
understand that. Pick a city for me. Where would you want the draft to be held?
Oh,
if you took the late April off, the 3 days, 4 days, a 4-day stretch in April, where would you want to go? Where would you want the draft to be held?
Oh man, a nice city. Lots to do, things to see. I wouldn't mind having a draft in Jacksonville.
Okay.
Draft down in Jacksonville. Jacksonville. What is that? They're in South Carolina,
Florida. Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, my bad. I'm thinking about the Carolina. My bad.
I was thinking actually a little bit outside the box. So it's still one of the 50 states, but it doesn't have a football team. I was thinking Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ooh.
For many reasons. I haven't checked the weather in Honolulu, Hawaii in April, but I'm pretty sure it's freaking awesome.
I'm pretty sure it's amazing. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, when it comes to Hawaii,
yeah,
that's a trip in itself.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I'm in. Mickey Delaney, check it in. What do you say there, Mick? Well, Mick, I have seen some of your messages for me, buddy, and I'm sorry I haven't gotten a chance to get back to you. It's been crazy, but thank you for jumping on with us today. When the draft was here, Alan, did you get a chance to go down to any of the festivities down there?
No, I did not. Unfortunately, I did not. No. But I had a few friends that went down. It was amazing. It was, right up there, like almost parade status. It was like we did so much for it, and yeah, I think it was amazing. I would love to have it back again.
I missed out on Thursday and Friday when the draft was here. But I was able to go to Saturday and the interactive experience. Like I remember taking an Uber down there and seeing Lane Johnson and a couple other players sitting outside a restaurant. I'm like, these guys are living it up. Like,
right.
Everybody's worried about the rookies. These guys are living it up. But so this year, the draft is going to be held in at Lambeau Field in Wisconsin. Home of Vince Lombardi. The trophy's named. They might maybe they'll name it after Brandon Graham now that he's got two of them. I don't know.
There you go.
But I'll be interested to see where the Eagles. So I had a buddy of mine ask me today, what are you thinking? Does Howie move up? Everybody's like, Howie's moving up. Howie's moving up. Yep. Howie's making moves.
Yep.
It's a deep O-line draft. It's a deep edge rusher draft, and it's a deep tight end draft.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if Howie takes the 32nd pick and like a round 3 pick, jumps back, gets 2 second rounds. Mm-hmm. They have their late second round pick. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes a move backward. Now, everybody knows how he can jump forward. He's known to make magic happen. He's known to make trades happen. I would be very interested to see how he's going to take James Pierce, the edge rusher from Tennessee. It's a possibility. You're losing interior. BG. I guess you could say BG is an edge rusher, but you're losing, some age, and you have to replenish that with youth. But what do you think, Alan? What do you think Howie will do? You think move forward, move back, stay put? And what do you think he's targeting here in round 1?
In round 1, I kind of hope he's going edge rush or offensive tackle. But then again, I'm pretty sure the draft is deep in the offensive tackle, like it is the edge. But there's this kid from Boston College who had 16.5 sacks, second in the nation, last in 2024. Donovan, I don't want to mess up his last name. Donovan E, edge rusher out of Boston College. Been reading up on him. I kind of like him, but I don't know where he would fall. He might be able to move back and still get this young gentleman. I'm not sure where he's at on different people's boards and things like that. But I tend to believe the 32nd pick, you can trade that out, move back, and we have a number of picks this year, right? So we can move.
I can be your behind the scenes guy as well here. I can find out exactly all our picks. So Sports Illustrated has the Eagles projected to take Nick Skirton, edge rusher out of Texas A&M. Would not be opposed to that. There's a lot of people lean in edge rusher. Vic Fangio, I feel like Fangio is not going to go anywhere for the next couple of years. I feel like eventually I'm muted my mic. I'm back. I feel like when he hangs it up, it'll be from here. So I'm willing to trust him. Look at what he did with an absolute one of the youngest defenses in the league this past year. It made him the best historical defense the Eagles ever had.
Absolutely.
He's a harder nosed D coordinator. You need a little bit of youth, more veterans. Don't take that kind of, hard nosed, hard edged kind of D coordinator. But a lot of these young guys, they're moldable. So, you bring in a DN or an edge rusher out of Texas A&M or some of these guys. I feel I can say with complete comfort that they're in good hands with Vic Fangio.
Yeah, no, I totally believe that. So I have a little mock thing pulled up here, and that young man, and you said Nick Squirt. I don't understand it, but Ed.
Don't Squirtin, not scrotum.
Yeah, Squirtin. Okay. Squirtin. Originally enrolled in Purdue, where he had 50 tackles, 15 for loss, a Big Ten leading 10 sacks as a sophomore in 2023. He transferred to Texas A&M last offseason and had 37 tackles, 5 sacks. He's an agile player with some effective pass rush moves, notably his inside and outside spins. Yeah, you get him in the room with Nick Fangio and Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, and he's a young guy who these other young guys can help mold. Yeah, I'm all for it.
So Norm, from behind the scenes checking in. If you think he will go linebacker, that Campbell from Alabama dude was a beast. 112 tackles, 5 sacks, and a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe the Eagles, with the re-signing of Zach Bond, with Kobe Dean coming back off an injury, with Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And there's a couple other young guys. I really think that now that they have 4 picks in the 5th round. Now that wouldn't surprise me if they use one of those 4 5th-round picks to maybe attack a linebacker, but. They're looking at 32nd overall in the first, 64th, obviously, in the second, 96th in the third, 134 in the fourth, and then in the 5th, it's 161, 164, 165, 168.
Okay.
At 165 from the Commanders. We'll take that. Thanks, Normie Norm.
Yeah.
But as far as keying in, our O-line needs to get a little younger, I think.
Yeah.
Literally, Lane Johnson feels like he's been here. I felt like he was here almost as long as Brandon Graham.
Yeah,
When did he come? 2012, Lane Johnson.
He was Chip Kelly's first pick.
He was Chip Kelly's first pick.
Yep, and I was happy with it, and then I remember posting something on Facebook like, "All right, good job, Chip. You can keep your job for now." But
the guy turned out to be all world.
Oh yeah, Look at him now. Where's he at? UCLA? Oh, you're talking about Johnson, not.
Oh, not Uncle Chip and Uncle Brian Kelly from Notre Dame and from.
There you go. I thought you were talking about Uncle Chip. I was like, wait a minute.
they didn't do the Kelly name proud, unfortunately.
No. They did, but they didn't.
No, Brian Kelly left Notre Dame, and then now Notre Dame's been on an upswing since he left. So.
Yes, that coach,
Marcus Freeman.
Yes, Marcus Freeman has done phenomenal with that team. That team.
I mean, they were in the national championship last year. Beat Penn State in the college football playoffs. First ever time that we've seen a college football playoff like this. It was completely above. I mean. Notre Dame was in the national championship, and the Eagles won the Super Bowl. My football. All right, I got to keep it PG. But my football life was a very good one this past fall into winter, for sure.
Yep. I'm right there with you, brother.
I sit here and I look at. You fly through Facebook, you jump on the reels, and you start going down the rabbit holes, and then you watch one Eagles mic'd up video of the Super Bowl, and 55 of them pop up.
Yep.
And we're looking at I'm looking at mic'd up Jalen Hurts and mic'd up Devontae Smith and all this stuff, and Fuji's jumping in. What up, Fuji?
What's up, Fuji?
What's going on, fellas?
Not much. Yeah, same to you, brother. Same to you. Al and I were just kind of,
I have it on in the background here.
Yeah, we're talking a little draft. We're just kind of free balling, so to speak, tonight. When the draft was here, did you get a chance to get down there?
Yes, I did.
I was going to say I couldn't imagine you not going down.
Right.
That was phenomenal down there. Actually, the experience, with all the festivities going on was amazing. I mean, got a lot of pictures. Can't even believe that's almost 8 years ago.
Crazy. That's about how long Pattison Ave Phanatics have been around. I want to give somebody, a buddy of mine that I've known for a while now, his props, because what we do is one thing. But what this man has done is parlay his stick into a business. Jamie, the Philly sports guy. Has anybody seen the clip of him on the show with Skip Bayless, going at it with Skip Bayless?
No, I have not.
Skip Bayless did a roundtable show where he sat down with 25 of the greatest super fans from basketball, NBA, and NFL in the country. And Jamie, Philly sports guy, was on that show, and I gotta give Jamie a shout out. We'll get him in here. We'll get him into the Pattison Ave Phanatics living room, so to speak. Shout out to Sonny Hill. He toe to toe with one of the most annoying,
Skip Clueless,
cockroaches individuals that there is out there.
Bayless is definitely one of them.
And for Jamie to go toe to toe with him, he did all of us proud for sure. But you guys go on to, if you're friends with him on Facebook, go onto his Facebook. He shared it, man. It's a must watch. I haven't gotten a chance to watch the whole thing, but I've seen the previews of it. I mean, Jamie's up in his face, barking at him, finger pointing. I'm like, yeah, that's how you do it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. You don't take any BS. No. Listen, guys. We're the draft is basically what are we 10? We're 10 days out from the NFL draft. At 13 or 14 days from now, is Dallas Goedert still an Eagle?
No.
Yeah, no, I agree with Fuge. I don't think so. I think they trade him. They take a fourth. They take a fourth round, and then I think he's out of here. Unfortunately, I want him to stay.
A fourth.
We have a thing in Philly hanging on to tight ends, right? We had God, I'm blanking on his name.
I know. So are you talking about Brent Selleck?
Yes, Brent Selleck.
So even
Zach
before
Ertz.
Selleck, Chad Lewis before Brent Selleck.
Yes, Chad Lewis. Yes,
and he was the bridge to Selleck. Selleck was the bridge to Ertz. Ertz was the bridge to Goddard.
Yeah,
and now it's
who's Goddard the bridge to though? He's not. It's not Cal.
Right.
Cal Kateri. We have to draft. If they're going to trade him, we got to draft a tight end.
I want the tight end from Miami. I'll tell you that now. It was like 6'5", 6'4", 6'5".
I wonder where he's going on the where's he going on the mock draft?
I can't remember his name. I'm looking it up now. He's a beast.
You think he's a first round guy? Tight end Miami. I seen a tight end out of Michigan. Wide receiver
Elijah Arroyo, tight end.
Okay.
Elijah Arroyo.
56, 6'4", 245. This kid is a beast. This kid will take two defenders on and just carry them in highlight.
The only tight end I see, and this is just one mock draft, Sports Illustrated mock draft. Usually, everybody's got their mock draft that they're paying attention to.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled one up at Sports Illustrated. The only tight end I see in their mock draft to go in the first round is Colston Loveland at a tight end out of Michigan. It looks like they have the Broncos taking him. So, this guy out of Miami might be there, Fooch.
Yeah, he could definitely well be.
According to Pro Football Focus, he's 56 overall.
Okay.
He's a receiving tight end, through, can line up as a wing back in the slot. An NFL team hoping for consistent blocker. I will be disappointed, though, if given a chance to show off his all-around athleticism. He can be a big contributor. But the way he looks, I don't know, man. Dude looks like he's just a beast. Course,
thank you, Mickey. I appreciate it. I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off there. Mickey just checking in. Appreciate that, Mick. We do, man. We appreciate the love, brother. Mick. Absolutely.
But hey, I know the NFL's different in college, but
true. Now, if he's dropping in at 56, the Eagles might have to, make a little move or two in order to get to him.
But you can move back, right? They could.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
They could bump back.
I can't see this team not going defensive end.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
definitely an edge.
That's basically
They're definitely going edge.
That's basically everybody. Everybody's saying.
Sweat. Nolan Smith coming off the surgery.
It's not often that you get to look at the Eagles pick in the first round and it falls at 32. So you gotta take that for what it is. But it looks like go ahead, Fuj.
No, I was going to say what happened last time. Howie had 32. Traded to pick the Baltimore, which ended up being Lamar Jackson, and we got Dallas Goedert, and we got why can't I think of his name? My God, I'm getting bad with names anymore.
You're getting old, Fuj.
Avonte Maddox, those two picks.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe.
But we could have had Lamar.
It could have. But then he won a Super Bowl after 2 or 3 MVPs.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the man that wears number 1.
Absolutely. He's right up there behind me. He's my quarterback.
So that's where we'll get some flack from the Cowboys fans, and we'll get some flack from the Commanders fans, and we'll get some flack from, you really can't get any flack from Giants fans at this point. But with Jalen Hurts, all this guy does is win. All he does is win. I know sometimes it's hilarious because now it's all Saquon, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did Saquon do in the Super Bowl? I mean, who was the MVP in the Super Bowl? He was absolutely there. He basically ran interference and he was your decoy.
Yep, he did. He did his.
Well, I don't even know if I could say decoy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right. He started picking up steam later in the game.
He did. As the Chiefs were wearing down.
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't think they have any need for safety?
After you need for safety, Garner Johnson.
They do. They have a big need for safety. There's I was looking. There's this. I believe he's a safety. Another white kid out of Michigan. I forget. I think he's I can't remember his name. I think he was number 27 or something like that. But yeah, I mean, safety is a definite need for the Birds. I was actually kind of thrown back when they let GJ go. I didn't think that was going to happen. But then again, we don't know what kind of money he was expecting after a Super Bowl win and this.
I think it was more locker room. I don't want to say cancer, right. But I think his presence in the locker room, me personally, had a lot to do with him not being here now.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think it all started when Arius Slay, was mouthing off about, who's going to be the leader on in that secondary, and I guess Garner Johnson took offense to it.
Yeah,
and now neither one of them are here.
Right. Right. Neither one of them are. And Slice flat out said, Reed Blankenship, he was going to take over as the leader on the defensive side. He was going to do that. Bang, bang, boom. And then GJ was like, I'm a leader. Don't count me out, blah, blah, blah. And then they traded him, got rid of him, whatever. And Slay posted something like, the Eagles are going to get rid of their leader.
I mean, I want to say this.
At him again.
I want to say this, and I ain't taking on the way towards Reed Blankenship. But I think Quinyon Mitchell / Cooper DeJean, these guys have already earned their stripes to be, 1A, 1 and 1A, secondary, first 2 steals of the draft. I mean, these guys made an impact. These guys made an impact, especially Cooper DeJean, picking that damn pass off pretty boy Mahomes and sticking it up his ass. And you know what? DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, hands down, they're the leaders of that secondary.
100%. I mean, they're
anybody about
rookie starters.
They stepped right in and they kicked ass and took names.
Rookie starters on a Super Bowl winning team.
Exactly.
On arguably the best defense this team has ever had. And I mean, this team had the 91 Eagles defense in its history. So yeah, there's a lot to be said for these two young guys.
Dude, they not only started, but I mean, they shut people down. Okay, Quinyanamo Bay. Okay, Quinyanamo Bay. They would put this young man on the best wide receiver the other team had, and this rookie shut them down.
They put him out on an island and he thrived. He thrived.
Yes. It's like he likes being out there. Give me that. Give me that.
Well, as soon as Avonte Maddox went down, I mean, Cooper DeJean, all right, he was a little nicked up the first game, but he stepped right in.
Oh, yeah. He was ready. He was ready for the moment.
That damn tackle on what's his name in Baltimore?
Baltimore, yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, Derrick Henry when he posted him. Allen has the picture of it in the background.
Yeah, and I got the pick from Mahomes right there.
Right.
So you have him chilling with the Lombardi, the backwards hurdle, the hit on Derrick Henry. Yeah, you got a lot of good ones in the background.
Yeah, I got the Brian Dawkins retirement ceremony there.
Marvel Comics.
Up next.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
That's where I took my tattoo from. Exactly.
That's going to be your next tattoo. Is that what you said?
Is that the tramp stamp one you got, Fooch?
Yeah.
That's the way.
Here's my response.
I hear you. Yeah. Coming for the eyebrows. Is that what we're doing right now? Are you giving me the read between the lines? I got you.
I was up here more so.
Okay.
I just got an itch.
Really?
Waz in the building.
How are you, buddy?
Waz is here. His eyebrows aren't, but Waz is here. Promise, dude. I promise. I'll keep our producer under wraps.
Yeah, may want to tie him up.
Look at that nervous again of Norm. Look out there, he's sweating over here. Don't worry, we don't have any guests on tonight, Foods. We're all right. Oh no guests! Don't start your crap.
He hits that wrong button. We're all done.
So now I'm like, all right. Now we're. I was gonna jump into the fills, but the hell with this. We're locked and loaded. Full bore ahead, Birds. We got a new OC. We got a new OC this year. I know. We've kind of addressed some of these things early on. Mm-hmm. Now we're we're almost single digit days away from the draft. Hertz has a new OC.
Again.
What else is new?
Again. What else is new is right.
Exactly.
Is all this doing is making him, I mean, he's just absorbing system after system after system. So at first it's on the surface, on paper, it seems like it's to his detriment to continue to have new offensive coordinators, a new offensive game plan to run. But then the more you look at it, is he just absorbing all of these systems and all of this information from all of these OCs?
Yeah, Tom, Jalen is the system, in my opinion. He is the system. Okay, he gets it, he figures it, and he goes with the plan. Right, like this year the plan was we're going to pass a little less, we're going to run the ball, and he went with it. Right, he ran. Saquon ran. Jalen passed, but it was different. I think I know they promote it from within, so fingers crossed. It kind of
that system it might not change as much as it could if you're hiring, not off the street, but you know what I mean.
Yes, yeah, an outside guy. Yeah, Fuji, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm elsewhere. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So, I mean, they got a lot to go through, but I think Jalen is the system. once Jalen recognizes what his role actually is, he thrives on that.
I mean, Kevin Patullo, passing game coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. I know he's been with Nick Sirianni since day one here during this regime. And, is he going to be the same type of coach Kellen Moore was with the running game? Now you got me thinking, how's that really going to pan out? Is it going to be, just his philosophy? Is he going to be running the ball like Kellen Moore did, or is it just going to go back to being pass?
I gotta think.
I mean, I can't see how you can do that.
You gotta think after the body of work that Saquon Barkley put in literally one season.
Yep.
One season, the body of work that he put in, not just the regular season, which I mean, let's be real. It was a solid game, not even a game away from greatness.
Yes.
From being an all-timer. And then in the playoffs, just running over teams.
Yep.
The game against LA in the playoffs cemented the kid's legacy. And then the first play in the NFC Championship game. How could you possibly get me personally? There's no way I could get away from that. I could, exactly. And having a running back of just that caliber, there's no way I would do anything different as far as that goes.
No, I would.
And now with the 1-2 punch that you have now,
right?
Forget it.
Yeah, because you got a threat of Jalen handing the ball off or Jalen taking the ball himself, and that alone, if he decides to scramble or like maybe bootleg out the back, a naked bootleg or something like that, it's just it opens up everything. Are we going to pass? Of course we're going to pass. You have to pass. But we have two of the best wide receiver duo in the league between Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. So they can add Calcaterra. I like him. But he's more of a blocking tight end. That's a need. Safety's a need. Edge rusher, offensive tackle. We got lots of stuff. We got lots of stuff that we got to fill in.
Definitely offensive guard, especially now that they lost Mekhi Becton. I mean,
it's definitely a need. But apparently, I believe the draft is kind of strong in that aspect. So hopefully they have a couple guys they like on their list, and they can go get one.
So also though, he said he hope it's pass. Of course you would. Not to get away from that, but I mean, picking up AJ Dillon in the offseason, that 1-2 punch is him and Saquon can deadlift a school bus together. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, big time.
I forgot we picked up AJ Dillon.
It's one of those. Wow, okay, that's cool. That kind of sneaks past you until it starts to come back around, and you're in OTAs, and you're like, wow, look at these two in the backfield. Yeah. With all due respect to Kenny Gainwell, I loved Kenny Gainwell.
Oh, he did a great job.
It's not AJ Dillon.
Right.
But again, as far as you saying we lost Mekhi Becton, which I agree, but I've noticed the drop-off in our O-line starting to backups with how all-world our starters are isn't as much as you'd think. And I believe the majority of that has to do with arguably the best offensive line coach in the history of the goddamn game, in Stoutland. So is it Stout just getting these bench guys and these backups ready for game day? You would think people coming in for Elaine Johnson, for Landon Dickerson, for a Jordan Mailata would struggle more than it seems like they have. So I'm honestly not as worried about the O-line as I am about maybe some edge rush depth or
Now, do you think they can plug Steen in that outside in that guard position where we lost Becton?
I think so.
Okay.
What about you, Food?
I think it remains to be seen. I mean, with Steen, because Becton beat him out, and I think a lot of people thought Mekhi Becton was going to be the successor to Lane Johnson, but who the hell knew he was going to come in and have the year that he had? I mean,
yeah,
it's like, oh my God, I'm getting bad with names. It's like Jeff Stalin. He treats the backups all as starters too. He says,
what?
Yes,
not just the starters and then the second and third string, which is only right because
they're all prepared.
One play, God forbid, somebody goes down. Hey, next man up, and you got to keep those guys fresh and all on the same page because you never know who's going. Who the hell would have thought going into the playoffs last year between Dickerson playing center and oh my God, Cam Jurgens being nicked up with his back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
I mean, that got scary there for a minute when Landon Dickerson got hurt.
It did.
But both of those guys played. I mean, they were heroes. They played through a lot of injury.
Yeah, they put that time in. They needed that time between that game and the Super Bowl to get themselves right. But they still
weren't. I believe they both had surgery after the season.
They did. Well, Landon Dickerson, him coming out of college had a lot of injuries. ACLs, and I think he had an Achilles injury at one point.
Oh, man.
I know he was nicked up a lot in college at Georgia. That's probably how he got him. So probably just fell down the board.
Yeah, and it happens. That's the way it happens.
So all right, now let's get into real quick here. There's the NFL, the Green Bay Packers put in, that they would like to see the tush push removed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now. You have a totally biased panel up here, but I'm still going to ask. What are your thoughts on other? Now I'll give you. I usually let guys go first, and I jump in. Me personally, stop it. If find a way to stop it is how I look at it. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on the NFL trying to get rid of the tush push?
So getting rid of it just is ridiculous to me. Because players are allowed to push, right? We've seen running backs run 5-6 yards, get stood up by a linebacker, and everybody comes
an old lineman in and slamming them.
And then all of a sudden the dude, gains another 5 yards. So if you're going to do away with the tush push, then you have to do away with every situation where a player could push a ball carrier forward. Right. You have to. You have every scenario that you have to say, well, he got stood up, you pushed him forward. There's a flag. Right.
Well, my thing is, Buffalo was doing it too, and they were against it.
They were.
They just didn't do it as good as we did.
Yeah.
Right. But Jeff Lurie was interviewed at the owners' meetings, and he goes, it's injury free. He goes, the players were getting hurt, the Eagles wouldn't be doing it, and it hasn't caused no serious injuries.
Right. Yep.
And the NFL of other teams trying it.
It's not our fault that we came up with a play that the league cannot wrap their heads around and figure out how to stop it.
It's a quarterback sneak with a quarterback who can squat 600 pounds.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
No, there's not many other quarterbacks. I don't think there's any in the league that can squat 600 pounds. And then you have a quarterback that can do it and a running back that can do it behind the biggest O-line in football.
Yes.
The
The
It's
biggest
gonna
O-line in
happen.
football is a major point. They're
Well,
gigantic.
Right. Yeah.
They're gigantic.
Not one running back, but two, because A.J. Dillon could bench at least 500-600.
Well, yeah. I'm just using
Which is
last year as an
insane.
example.
Right.
I mean, literally, these guys could move a jumbo jet. These guys could, as a line, they could push a jumbo jet. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think it's so funny because I hear the arguments for it, and the other side, it's ridiculous. You could get your quarterback hurt. When's he gotten hurt? He's gotten hurt, but not because of that play. And stop it. If you want it to go away, find a way to stop it. That's why I love Dan Campbell. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If Sirianni was not our head coach, I would love to see Dan Campbell as the head coach of this team. One, he's a raving lunatic, which I love that. But two, he was like, they asked him about the tush push, and he goes, good for them. Good for them. They found a play that now we have to find a way. He goes, we play them this year. We got to find a way to stop it. And I wish that every coach, team, defensive coordinator thought that way.
Absolutely.
Like, it's on us to stop it, not on us to get rid of it because we can't.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, it doesn't work 100% of the time, like 95% of the time.
90, 95. It has been stopped. It's not like it hasn't been stopped. We have been stopped running it.
It's not a flawless play.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it's a combination of huge O-line, a strong-legged quarterback, strong-legged running back, and what are you going to do?
I got to step out for 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Go do your thing. But so, Fooch, did you hear about this documentary that Netflix is supposed to be doing on Brandon Graham?
I thought it was about the Eagles' run last year.
I heard one of they're going to do Brandon Graham from bust to, one of the greatest Eagles of all times. I heard they're going to. I didn't even hear about the Eagles one.
Nah, that's what I thought it was. It's a rumor, but.
Well, when did you hear about that? Where's that? When's that supposed to come out?
Probably in the last a month, unless it was made up.
I'll have to look into that because I saw one
about BG going back to the Earl Thomas days.
Yeah. That's basically, I mean, you and I both listen to Cuz on a radio. Cuz was totally on the Earl Thomas train, and when we drafted Brandon,
we all are.
I think so too. But I remember Gargano in particular, losing his mind. And then having years later to eat crow again. And the guy turned out to be the longest tenured Eagle of all time.
I have a story for you. Remember when BG was about to become a free agent, I think, during the Chip Kelly era, the Giants were taking a run at him.
Yeah.
The Giants I think they were all about to just start to throw a bag at him.
Apologize, sorry.
A money.
No, don't worry, man. But we were talking about did you hear about the Brandon Graham documentary that's supposed to be coming out on Netflix?
A little bit. I saw like a clipping of it on like Facebook or whatever, but I didn't delve into it.
That's gonna be one of my must sees for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Brandon Graham will be one of the all-time legends in Philadelphia. It's going to be a jersey that you can wear. When we're 90 years old, you can still wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, so the way I can. What do you got?
I don't know. I'm believing this is true.
And then Fuji was saying something.
Netflix to release highly anticipated documentary on Philadelphia Eagles football. It was about a month ago.
Oh man, you kidding me?
I don't know if Norm can pull this up. Norm has had to step out stage left.
But I will. I'll definitely look into that. I'll get a little bit more info for next week for sure.
Well, what do you guys think about the Eagles being eligible for Hard Knocks?
I was just about actually to say.
Okay. Like, yeah. Like,
what do you mean? What do you mean?
I'm kind of like stay out of my locker room, but then again, as a fan, I'm kind of like
I want to see everything that goes on in a locker room. Yes, that's exactly how I feel about it.
Yeah,
I could not agree more. Sports talk's usually boring when everybody agrees, but it's like I don't want you guys in there. Yes, I do.
Right. In the back of my head, though, I want to see it all. I want to see it.
I will look if I can watch 10, 12, 18 more hours of Eagles anything. I'm in.
Yeah, right. Yep.
If they're crocheting Afghans on QVC, I'm in.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back to 2017 or I think it was 2018, Amazon Prime did something on the Eagles, like the side, like different games on the sidelines. I know they had. I know they had Wentz mic'd up. They had BG mic'd up.
I think I've seen like
it was like
when you're sliding through your reels, you'll when you're sliding through your reels,
I'm sure if you pull it up I'm sure it's on YouTube, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know I know you can put anything on YouTube today, but I'm sure if you go back, you can pull it up.
I'm 100% in on basically anything Eagles documentary.
There you go.
I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. We went to a friend's daughter's. They had like an interactive play at the school up the street, and we went there tonight. And they were going around and they were asking everybody in the crowd, "What makes you happy?" And people are like, "Oh, my son." This person's like, "Oh, my daughter. Oh, my kids." They came to me. I was like, "Philadelphia Eagles, go Birds."
Go Birds.
and Norm just looked at me like, "Come on, man." It's like, dude, I breathe it. It's the air that comes in and out of my lungs, man. And I know you guys feel the same. I mean, look behind it. Look behind you.
I cut myself today. I bled green.
Yeah, right. Right. I didn't know if I was a Ninja Turtle or an Eagles fan. But either way, I'm in on either one of them. But
Michelangelo's still probably Raph. I like Raph. He's
I'm a Mikey guy. One of my Call of Duty characters. I bought the Michelangelo package. I'm dude. You kidding me? They have Ninja Turtle Hey Dudes out now.
Do they really?
Yes, they do. And they have. I want to get the Michelangelo ones. Norm will corroborate if he comes back before the show's over. He'll corroborate this before me.
There you go.
I'm that Ninja Turtle life is and I know we're sports talk, but whatever, we can talk about whatever. What do you got going?
I was going to say next week I'm going to have.
Who's just too old for the Turtles? He doesn't.
I remember him. I mean, that's probably
damn kids, stupid cartoons.
Sorry, I'm not as young as you, young pope.
Yeah, this isn't the Flintstones. Get
all good. You're still as handsome as ever. You know.
This isn't Underdog. Get this.
It's a hungry dog.
Yeah, hungry dog.
Well, what were you saying about next week, Fooch?
Next week I'm working. Well, I think it's 99% sure. I'm going to have Chris Murray, who used to was the Eagles beat writer for a couple the Philadelphia Tribune. He's going to, I think he's down in Delaware now, but I believe he told me today he's going to come on just to talk about the draft and stuff like that.
Excellent. That sounds good to me. We'll pick Chris's brain, just like everybody else that gets on here. But we were supposed to have one of the kids from our baseball team who's going to jump on with us, and he's big Kyle Schwarber fan. He knows his fills. He does have one flaw. He's a Cowboys fan.
How did that happen?
Bad parenting. His old man's a Cowboys fan.
All right, too. There we go. All right. I was going to let you say it. I didn't want to say it myself.
Nah, good. They're great guys. They're great guys. You can, I explain to people I used to be the guy that I would, you run into somebody at the deli counter getting lunch meat, and they're wearing a Cowboys hat. And I used to be the guy. I'd be like, "Oh, where in Texas are you from?"
Yeah.
Sure. But after they won in 2017, all of that went away. It was like, wow, I don't have to be a prick anymore. which part of me was sad, but part of me felt like, oh, okay, we got one, and now we got two, and we have two recent Super Bowls, and the most recent.
I was going to say the most recent.
Yes.
The most
and
recent.
I mean, I worked with guys at FedEx. I worked with a diehard Giants fan when I worked in FedEx in the South Philly terminal, and oh my goodness, when they won, I was already out of FedEx by then, but when they won, man, I blew his phone up. And until he responded back to me every single day, I called, text, did something.
There you go.
And, I mean, I don't know how you guys were like. There was an edge, like this fan base has an edge, and they hang their hat on it.
Yep.
And then after we won, it was, what do I do now? What do I do now? And it faded after a couple of years. It faded, and a drop pass by Alshon Jeffrey, and in the playoffs, and then you're like, all right, you won it again.
Yep.
But initially after, and I see now with the second Super Bowl, I don't feel that. I'm like, I just want 50 of these things.
Yes. Yes, I agree. After this one, and what Saquon said, like, why can't we start our own dynasty? I want the dynasty. I want 3 in a row. I want 5 in a row. I want the next 30 Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Like that's how I feel. I
get it. I get it, man. I'm about that life. I'm about that life.
Yep. I want to win every day, all the time, no matter what. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. We're winning. Let's go. Let's go.
What do you got, Fuji? You all right over there?
Nah, I was just looking at the Philly score now.
What's the score?
10 to 4.
God.
10 to 4. It was
Dude,
like,
I stopped watching when it got to 6-3. I turned it off. I couldn't do it anymore.
It was like in unison. This team was just like, all right.
Now, saying not to shift gears, but Suarez, I think he's throwing another rehab assignment Wednesday. So hopefully he'll get his ass back up here.
Well, yeah. I mean, Taiwan Walker is doing Taiwan Walker things.
Yeah.
I mean, how many innings did he last in this game? I didn't even say.
I say 4 or 5.
Yeah. I was listening. I think it was like the 4th inning. It might have been the 5th inning when he gave up. Like he faced 9 or 10 batters and gave up 6 runs, and it was awful. It was awful.
Just taking a page out of Noel's book.
Yeah, it was like homer. It was like.
Well, I feel this.
Dude.
This is the last year you will get this team for sure.
Yeah,
and if they play poorly, they're blowing this thing apart. Casty's going to be gone. Marsh is going to be gone. Bohm is going to be gone.
There's got one more year left on his deal.
I think they would. I think they'll move him.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yep.
But it's
our pitching.
Look, they're 9-6. They might go to 9-7. Now the Mets are right now. I think the Mets are a game up on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably about to be a game and a half up on them after this debacle. It's the bottom of the 9th, looking like they got 1 out. So unless you put on a pretty solid 1 out rally,
right?
They're gonna be 9-7 here.
Oh, I mean, you gotta hand it to San Fran. Came right out of the gate smoking. I mean, the Padres and the Dodgers have double-digit wins in all baseball. So
that.
Yeah,
I mean the Giants. They're 11-4, probably about to be 12-4.
that division's probably the toughest division right now in baseball.
Definitely, most definitely.
I mean,
so
sorry to say, but I was on my other show today, baseball show, and it was like, the Dodgers came in, you took 2 out of 3, and then as soon as you went on the road to Atlanta, you basically shot your load. And,
So my guy Justin McNulty checking in, loves the streams. Y'all are great. TK, you and me PGA Tour Challenge sent. I bet you don't even have the game downloaded, McNulty. And if you do, I hand out work like unemployment agencies. Come get you some.
Oh,
That's all I gotta say.
Love it.
No, Norm and I been battling. So I'm sorry, switching gears again here. We only got a few minutes left. Yeah, on Xbox, PGA, it's Road to the Masters 25, but it's essentially this most current iteration of Tiger Woods golf. They just don't call it Tiger Woods golf anymore. It's EA Sports.
Okay.
It's in the game.
I played PGA Tour golf on Sega before it was called Tiger Woods golf.
Yep.
I love golf games.
Yep.
I'm an avid golfer. I've golfed for years. I started golfing at 4 years old.
What was your man, Chi Rodriguez? Jack.
I like Chi. I like Lee Trevino. Frank Nobilo, big fan of his as well. And then you got the greats. But I like Tom Watson, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, all the greats. But
Chi and his caddy. That picture of Chi and his caddy.
I grew up watching Tiger Woods from his first thing on tour. Yes, sir. And all I wanted to do was see Tiger beat Jack's record, just because it's like watching your current Eagles. Mm-hmm. You know the great ones, but you're watching greatness, and I knew you were watching greatness. The Tiger and Phil battles, Fred Couples and Davis Love the third battles. I could flip this quick into a golf show. I've had golf shows actually, so I can flip this quick into a golf show. Rory McIlroy just completed the career Grand Slam over the weekend, and by yesterday locking up the Masters and
getting his jacket.
If it doesn't have an American flag next to the name, I don't mind if it has an Irish flag next to the name. I'll put that out. But Justin McNulty, if you're still watching, download it and come get you some. Because I put in work. I put in work on the golf games.
Is it cross-platform? Can I put it on the PS5 and battle?
Give it a shot and we'll see. Give it a shot and we'll see. I don't know. I don't know if we can talk in a party or whatever, but upload it. What you need to do is upgrade to a real gaming system is what you need to do. And get rid of the PlayStation 5. Get yourself an Xbox Series X.
If I'm upgrading to anything, I'm going PC, brother.
Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I know Black Ops 6 is cross-platform, so if you're ever feeling froggy, you can leap into that. Justin,
I'll have to send my son on you. I'll have to stick my 15-year-old on you. My eyes don't work, dude. I can't see all the people.
Does your son play Black Ops?
I believe so. I believe so.
I'll send him. I'll send him from his room crying to you. Why did you let your friend beat up on me that bad, Dad? Ask my buddy Justin McNulty. His kid was feeling froggy. Talked a little smack. I gave him the business.
Oh, there you go. I love it.
Business.
I love it.
Look, I ain't good at much. I could talk a little smack, and I could play some video games sometimes.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, dude. The worst part is when your 15-year-old beats the hell out of you in Madden. Because I'm like, I got you.
And McNulty's got me in Madden, and I don't know what no parts of him in that.
He destroyed me. I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing.
That's when you're jumping up looking for the GoldenEye game. You're like, where's GoldenEye? I want to.
Yes, exactly. Yes, absolutely.
But no, McNulty, I don't want no smoke in Madden. He's vicious in Madden from what I hear. Well, look, that's going to do it for us this week. And what's that?
No, I just wanted to throw a
yeah. Go ahead.
Condolences out from me and Art. Us from Darian Hopkins, sports pod, local kid, local guy, who was the head of DH Impact Media sports podcaster passed away over the weekend.
Man, I'm sorry
39
to hear
years
that.
old.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I just wanted to give
Absolutely, my condolences to him and his family.
Absolutely.
family and friends at this time.
From the Pattison Ave to your family, we're keeping you in our thoughts and prayers for sure.
Just found it out this morning, and he was like a Raiders fan, but he was doing all kinds of sports, and I know he went to CCP, but tragedy passing at 39 years old.
It's terrible.
It's tragic. It's
yeah,
awful.
man.
Just our condolences to him, his family, and friends.
Him and his family. Yep.
They're in our
Keep you guys in our thoughts and prayers
Definitely
for
in our
sure.
prayers.
Well, look, for Mike Fuji, for Alan Age Cabbage, I'm Tom Kelly. This is Pattison Ave Phanatics Show. We're out of here.
Shout echoes heavy, sharp as a fight. Alan steady with the facts, sharp and true. Fuji's fire breaks the calm, splits it in two.